We're going to use the square root method to solve this equation. And so when you're using the square root method, you have to get the you have to get the x squared by itself. And he's not by himself right now. I'm going to rewrite this problem. I like it better in my handwriting anyway. So I'm going to have to get rid of this minus 54 by adding 54 to cancel it out. Boom. But what you do to one side of an equation, you got to do to the other. So I'm left with a 3x squared equals 0 plus 54 is a 54. And now I am going to divide off the 3, because 3 times x squared, turn around and divide by 3, we'll just cancel the 3's to be a 1x squared. But what you do to one side, you got to do to the other. Let's see, 54 divided by 3, 3 goes into 5 ones, so 24, 18. All right, and now we're ready for the square root method. All right, this guy right here. To get rid of a squared, you're gonna square root it. Squaring a square root or square rooting a square, it works either way, because sometimes you have radical equations. Don't worry, I don't think we're covering those in this class. If you square root an x squared, all you're left with is the x. Now, on the other side, remember this is a quadratic. There's going to be 2 possible answers, and this is the part you have to remember. It's either going to be the positive or the negative of whatever the square root of 18 is. All right. I asked you, however, up here, I said, please express your answer as a simplified radical. 18 is not a perfect square. However, follow me. However, 18 can be broken down to be the square root of 9 times the square root of 2. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 is square rootable. So x is going to equal the positive or the negative of the square root of 9. I meant to put that in black. My bad. The square root of 9 is a 3. And then you still have the square root of the 2 under the radical. And that is your answer. Plus or minus 3 times the square root of 2 is the simplified radical.